we are reaching the end point here anyway. Miku throws, of course.
Afterwards, it turns out that our MC wins because despite losing the music competition, they forgot this isn't just a music competition because his school won every other competition other than the music one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the bet was for the competition, not just for this talent show.
Just for the music show. Of course, Shido sells it as an achievement of the power of friendship, which is completely bullshit, but whatever.
And Miku has the best line ever. Like, she says, like, I don't have it with me, but, like, she says, friendship, teamwork, those things are meaningless in front of my power, which is, like, such a girl boss move. I stand. Like... And she
these things are meaningless in front of my power.
Like she goes full Palpatine.
Yeah. Oh, and the best part.
She goes a little bit power, and then she fries him to death.
No, I mean, she kind of does go full Palpatine because she starts controlling everybody. And
she literally goes a little bit power as she controls the entire city.
Yes.
Yeah, and
mind controls the entire city. Yeah.
It's even worse because not only is Toka there, but also the twins and Yoshino.
We forgot about that. Beforehand, she mind controls everyone but Toka, the leaves. So it's only Toka and him doing the singing at the last song.
No, that's not what happens.
Yeah, no, it's at least during the... Yeah.
No, we talked about that already. But the twins are there during the singing part.
Yes, okay, but...
Whatever.
Yes. Anyway...
the reason Toka is not mind-controlled is because she forgot to take off her... Well, she has two, like, things to help her with the rhythm.
Earbuds.
Yeah, earbuds.
She has earbuds. But okay. But actually, interestingly, this is worth getting into. There are a couple of people that are turned out to be immune to Miku's mind control power. It's not really explained why. It's explained in some cases. Toka turns out to not be affected by her mind control power specifically because she had earbuds on, so she didn't hear her voice when she used her power. So she's not affected.
Shido because of his weird.
Yes, Shido because of his overflowing spirit power. The masochist boy on Ratatoskar is not mind control. Kotori actually is mind control, but he is not mind control. He just pretends to be mind control.
If Shido wants to escape, and he calls Kotori, but she's also mind controlled and is about to fire a laser into the station.
Kill him? What if the laser also kill her because she's also in the direct path of that laser?
The laser would absolutely kill everybody in that stadium. Everybody.
Actually, the laser is also actually like very precise. Like, well, if Masochist boy uses it actually, because.
Yeah, that's fair. He is an idiot savant when it comes to running the ship. So yeah.
Well, some people are immune. I don't know if it's just because they didn't hear it or because they're actually immune. But there's Masochist boy is immune, and also a girl with black hair in Kotori's ship.
Two girls on Kotori's ship are immune to this.
Only one.
No, two. Right.
No, because
the black-haired girl and the teacher girl, teacher lady.
The teacher, the assistant, was not there when the music played. She arrived afterwards.
Okay, maybe, but that's not entirely clear on that. But I personally really like that.
As a book reader, I have an answer for you, and the answer is that's the second book I didn't read.
Okay. I personally really like the interpretation that the people who are not affected, but because they are asexual. And
that is true. Asexual people are magic.
What do you mean? The Masochist boy is not as asexual.
We're not sure about that. He might be. He might be a masochist, but his like a masochistic tendency towards Kotori might be completely asexual.
I don't know. He did have an entire speech about how much he loves small boobs.
Maybe. Okay. Maybe not. Maybe. But I do think
I really think it's just they were exposed to her singing directly and the others weren't. Because the black...
to fit that awesome theory.
Yes. I much prefer the theory than the reality that would be much more disappointing.
Okay.
But then they just didn't hear the music?
The black hair girl was also like... she was analyzing the music with headphones, so I think that's why she didn't hear it. I don't know why Masochist boy didn't hear it. But yeah,
No, Masochist Boy is the only person who's actually immune. That I like that reading.
and yeah,
Everyone else didn't hear it. Masochist Boy is just so masochistic. Magic isn't effective.
Yes,
Sure.
he's such a masochist that like he's not affected, but because his true love is with the pain that Kotori inflicts upon him, so he just doesn't get mind controlled.
sure.
Either way,
Um,
the entire city is mind controlled. Shido and Toka need to make an escape out of the stadium because
No. Kotori is about to blow up the station, but Mana, who was like sleeping, wakes up and stops her.
oh
Yeah.
shit! I think
Oh, we
missed
skipped
we
over
missed
the.
the most imp-
Yeah.
we missed the most important.
Yeah,
single
I
most
really
important
wanted to
part
talk
of the
about this
story.
part also. Yeah.
Yes, we missed the part where it is actually revealed to Miku that Shiori is actually a guy. That
Yeah.
she
I
is Shido.
can I talk about this part? Okay.
Yes,
So
by all means, because I do want to hear how you defend that feat of transphobia.
I don't think it's trans. But whatever. Things can be different things for different people. But I will
I
say
personally was deeply offended.
that that's very valid. This is what I saw. I saw. So. Miku traps Shiro in disguise, right? And he's trapped, and then Miku wants to assault Shiro.
Yes.
And then she finds out that Shiro has like a male member, and
Yes.
yeah, that
of
would be
course-
very traumatizing for a trans person if that happened. I
of
do
course-
understand that part, but I would
Needs
say
to be mentioned here. I need to interrupt you, and I need to mention that to the author of this work, it is so impossible to conceive of a person who is a girl and who has a penis that it just doesn't even register.
well
That,
the character.
Book reader, yeah. As a book reader, I could say the impression here is very clearly supposed to be like pro-gay people. I don't think trans people ever come up once
Yeah,
in the actual dialogue.
I
of the book.
don't think the author is aware of trans people, but I will say this: like the bad person here is the person that, without consent, touches the other person's private parts. I think that's
Yes.
very clear.
mentioned to the author of the story. Yes.
Yeah, and I had a point to make, and whatever.
Wait, are you saying every story where someone has the bad thing happens is that all the story is bad? Is that your take, Eminem?
No.
He was making a
that's-
joke.
that is not my take, and we're not getting into it. I do want to hear your point, Aitana. I'm sorry for interrupting and
That's
destroying your train of.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, and that would be very traumatizing for any person if that happened to them, right? But like Miku is in the wrong at that point, and also like, of course you are who you say you are, no matter what. I do believe that, and like people change their bodies to acclimate more to the identity that they believe in themselves. Like some people change their names and they want to be a Brian, and some Brians don't dress like what you might dress right now, you know? And I think that's the same thing with people like me. Like we just want to, okay, whatever, that's a different point. I'm gonna cut that. But the real meat of the potatoes is this. Miku is a bad person, and she assaults Shiro, and she's disgusted by all those things, and it is Miku who like doesn't think of anybody with a male member could be a girl. Shiro identifies as like as a male, but it is Miku who assaulted and without permission, like.
Wait.
Mhm.
Is the take, oh my gosh, you're a man, or is the take, oh my god, you're a tran, which is a fake girl? Because like, if Shiori had been like, actually, I am a girl, I'm transitioning, I still love you, I am 100% a girl with my hashtag girl dick, would she have been on with that? What
I
what's
don't
the
know.
take?
I don't think so. I
I
think absolutely not.
what I think trans people don't exist
I
in data life as far as I'm aware, which is like very sad. Um, she
Ah,
she
it's a
might.
yikes.
I think she might.
We don't
I
know
mean,
the whole point. That's not the take is not that she was trans all along and she's a fake girl. It's more cross dressing is what's actually happening in the show.
yeah, yeah,
If the conversation it is more like hypothetical, if your
yeah.
question though it is more hypothetical one, like would Miku be okay with it? I think not, but then again, if the author tried to make a point that she's actually a good person, he probably would have tried to make her be against it, and that be a proof that she's a good person because the author is a transphobe here.
No,
I mean, I'm not sure what the author's opinions are.
like we don't know the author's opinions.
I mean,
I
he did have
believe
a
in.
point to speak.
Okay,
I mean,
I think it will be better to just incite that of the author here. Just I'm not saying it's not a valid point to make whether somebody is transphobic or not, but I would like to just, for the sake of time, and pointless speculation because we don't know the author and like whatever the case may be, it is like I don't think that's the point of this scene. It's like I don't think the author is saying something about trans people or is trying to say something about trans people. He might say it
No,
unintentionally, but
Clueless.
he's
He's
clueless.
so clueless.
But I would say, let's say Shiro was a trans person, right? And Miku was transphobic. Let's just, for the sake of argument, say that that's what happened.
Great,
Miku is
thank
the
you.
one who assaulted the trans person there, and
Yes,
like she is the villain. So
yes,
in the story, at that moment, and
yes.
Can we just address for half a second how if Shiori was just a permanent change, if we just got the rest of the 3 seasons where the fuck of Shiori protagonist, trans girl protagonist dates the world, this would still be kind of garbage, but would literally be like 5 points better as a show.
I mean, sure. I mean, I don't know if like a show directly just doing what you want is inherently in itself makes it a better show.
no, but like I can say subjectively, it will make it much better for me, personally speaking. But of course, quality is subjective. I think as a piece of work, it will also like
No,
it will objectively make it more rare. I think that at the time being, like,
well, like
no-
consider how like in say the Girls Frontline anime, one of the creative choices they made, which I think is fantastic, is they made who would be the assumed male harem protagonist, the commander. They went with the femme commander. They went with the female commander.
Okay.
So if you have the female harem protagonist, I think that changes it. I do think that has many spiritual transformations.
Are you saying that all male harem protagonists are inherently not bad from like proxy not
What?
being a female protagonist?
No. What I'm saying is that from the perspective of, I'm not saying this from like some kind of like weird feminist bitch perspective. I'm saying this from the perspective of like horny Japanese guys who like to ogle at cute girls. The logical conclusion is to maximize enjoyment requires that the protagonists
There you go.
themselves be another cute girl to ogle at. I'm
There
sorry.
you go. Yep. You are stepping ahead a little bit because yes, that absolutely is my take. My take, I'm just gonna say a little bit of it now, and then I will add more to it. My take is that all of this is a hugely transphobic and homophobic mess that exists not because the author is a malicious person, but because it's supposed to satisfy the sweaty otaku's sexual drives. That's it.
I would
That's the
just,
reason.
Remember,
I would say it's just the transphobia that we have in
society.
society in general that informs this piece of work, and its lack of understanding and for the audience.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we are very soon getting to the best part of the season.
Oh yes,
Jazz Girl!
yes, yes, Jazz Girl. So
Is that what we're calling Dio's daughter?
Yes, that's what, because she has an amazing jazz soundtrack. We're gonna get to that. So
So
Shido,
we like to imagine the jazz soundtrack router is diegetic. That's another one. That's one of her type powers.
Yes.
That jazz plays a router.
so Shido and Toka need to make an escape because Miku is controlling the entire city. Mana manages to break onto the Ratatoskar and manages to beat some sense into Kotori and the rest of the crew. So they are out of the mind control. They are not mind controlled anymore. But the rest of the city,
it's mind control, as we all know.
yes, but the rest of the city absolutely is mind controlled. What is also important is that the SAT team finally, Ellen finally shows up on the scene. Ellen herself breaks into the stadium and she kidnaps Toka. Toka is now kidnapped by the SAT team. Shido manages to make an escape, but Toka is now in Westcott Prescott's possession. So Shido now, logically, has to rescue Toka somehow, while also being hunted by Miku with her mind-slaved population of the city, as she is still looking for him, and she is trying to exact her vengeance for tricking her by pretending to be Shiori. And who else but to help Shido in this quest than our personal favorite, the best girl, the clock girl, the jazz girl, Kurumi, who, yes, whenever she appears on the screen, whenever she appears on the screen, she has an amazing jazz soundtrack. And as Alex said, I genuinely also hope that it's completely diegetic, that it actually happens in the scene. Everybody can hear the jazz soundtrack whenever she appears.
Like she tries to sneak up also stealthily. She's like, I know you're there. How? The music, the air literally turns into jazz around you.
Let's also note here that it's very much unclear why Kurumi decided to help Shido in this particular moment and not earlier.
We know why.
Why?
Because she's in love with Shido, kind of.
Okay, yes, because there's an alternate timeline where she's his wife. Yes, we already discussed that. Right. So she appears. She wants to help Shido, and to that effect, they decide that they will require the help of Miku. They need to convince Miku finally to join them to get her help to be able to rescue Toka. But of course, there is a problem because how can they possibly manage to convince Miku not to kill Shido? And this is where they both go in secret to Miku's lesbian mansion, and Kurumi reveals that she has an amazing power, which works in a way that she can shoot herself with a bullet, and whatever the bullet passes through on the way to her brain will gather like residual memories, and so she can learn about the past of objects and people connected through to it that way. Absolutely batshit insane power.
I just remind you all, she has 12 powers, we've only learned of 2 of them so far.
Yes.
Well, it's actually super Buddhist, right? In that, like, she's like basically attaining knowledge through self-annihilation, like through ego annihilation, but like in the most meta way possible.
I think she's actually immortal.
Of course. For the sake of the anime, she only exists as a self-harm and the yandere fetish. Like all of these lofty ideas, like Buddhist notion of. Okay, fair, whatever.
I don't know. Here's my take. I have a hot take, and the world needs to hear it. The purpose of Kurumi is to attempt to give straight men autogynephilia. That is our purpose.
What's autogynephilia? What the fuck is autogynephilia?
Which one was that?
Oh my god. Oh my. You what? You guys don't know?
No.
There is.
Okay.
I don't keep up with all the terms. Okay.
Is a very transphobic theory that was very popular in the 90s, which posed that trans women are actually just men who are sexually aroused at the idea or the image of themselves as women.
Yes.
I propose Kurumi with her endless self-cess, with her refusal to give in to her desires for a man, with her just being the chaddest Chad and the author's self-insert. I absolutely assert that her purpose is to show their sheer awesome horniness to get all these fucking otakus to want to be a hot anime girl and get turned on by that. The purpose of Kurumi is to turn straight men into autogynephiliacs.
That's not what the Urban Dictionary says, so I think that it has evolved into something that I don't want to talk about. So let's move on.
I love the take though, and I largely agree. But yes, so Kurumi uses this power to gather memories from a specific object in Miku's mansion, and this reveals to us the actual backstory of Miku. Not in a
We also learned there that her boobs are big enough to fit inside her head.
Yes, that is the most important part.
We learned that Miku's boobs are big enough for jazz girl / Dio's daughter / Kurumi.
Her actual name,
for her head to fit in one of her chests.
Into her bra, yes.
Which is like, honestly, when I look back at the at the character design, it is kind of that is true.
Yeah, those are incredibly huge boobs. Yes.
See, that's why she doesn't want to stop being a spirit, so she doesn't. So she needs. So she does not need back support.
Absolutely. It's all about the back support. Anyhow,
that's actually a myth. Like it's not.
It is finally at this point revealed that Miku, in fact, the only reason why she hates men so much and why she is a dedicated lesbian was that, drumroll, she was, of course, as you can probably guess, in a relationship with a man that went badly. And yes, the take here...
No, wait, come on. Wait. When badly is... Yeah, when badly is not the same as was assaulted.
Sure, she was assaulted by a man.
And then ruined her career as an idol. Like,
yes.
Okay.
But the takeaway here is that lesbian girls only exist because they have only met bad men in their life.
Okay,
that's the take.
That is the worst take you could make, but
I agree. Okay,
not the worst. Wait, sorry, not the worst take, but the least charitable take to what it's trying to say. I think like we could say that
make the worst takes.
She is bisexual, and she's just, because of that bad experience with men, she doesn't want to be with them anymore.
I mean, that's a real thing that happens. I've met people like that before.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as it turns out, that yes.
But the story here is that Eminem is biphobic, which we'll get to later.
Yes. Miku is actually not a lesbian. She is ostensibly bisexual. She's not really, but for the sake of the argument, let's say that she is. She's actually bisexual, and she actually also is okay with men, which, of course, means that she now has green light to seduce her, because she is into men, so we can seduce her.
Implicit consent for what comes next.
Well,
her sexuality is itself a substitute for consent.
No, I mean, exactly, no.
Not really. I mean, he doesn't really seduce her on purpose at this point. He's just like, I don't fucking care. I need to stop Toka from being murdered.
Yeah, and the reason Miku is seduced is...
Show.
Okay.
Have you watched the show? Did you actually watch this part?
Of course.
The entire show is based off of an incredible horniness met against the unstoppable object of incredible horniness.
I am so glad.
Unmovable object of incredible Japanese shame over one's own dirty sexuality.
By the way, Lilith, I'm incredibly glad that you are here, because this would be terribly one-sided if it was just me against these two. Because you have essentially my takes about this. It's great. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, that was even. Or like, two of you are like, two of you just like hating stuff.
Yeah.
I'm here to bring balance to the Force.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Lilith here is to murder all the Jedi, is what we're learning. Lilith here is to fight everyone.
Lilith is here to literally murder children. Yes, that's what we've learned.
Yes, I
Lilith
enjoy.
finds all the people with good takes, and she's just like, "Hey, are you socialist?" Yeah, and then she takes a machine gun and guns them down. And then she's like, "No good takes. I must bring balance till there's no good takes. Only the equal amount of good takes and bad takes, which is no takes."
Come on, we're missing the obvious. Lilith is obviously Thanos.
Yes, yes, yeah, perfectly balanced.
We should have gone for the head, honestly. When we shot her, we should have shot her on the head, but we didn't, and now
Yeah.
she's here.
Honestly, I'm glad Lily is here, and she, of course, will be on the next podcast.
Obviously, and she
Wink.
definitely will not disappear, which she hasn't done in the past.
Yeah, we at the
talking
Ghost in the
about-
podcast love nuanced takes and a balanced conversation.
Absolutely. Just the wildest takes from me, most inflammatory. Okay, let's just wrap it up because we're actually nearing the end. Armed with this knowledge, Shido and Kurumi go to just
Better Gear
straight up
Solid this
barge
shit.
into Miko. To just go straight to talk to Miko.
They want to
Meanwhile,
convince her
Mana-
to help. She says no, so they go
Yes.
alone. And
Yes, yes. Meanwhile,
yeah,
Mana
also
appears again.
Okay, I want to say something that's cool. Miku, no, it's not Miku. Shiro says to Miku, "Please help us. Kurumi is really strong, but she's not strong enough." And Miku still says no. So then, when Shiro is with Kurumi again, "I heard you say that I wouldn't be enough," and like, it's like kind of angry about it. And Shiro is like, "No, I was just." And then Kurumi says, "Don't lie to me. You're not very good at it." Which, honestly,
But how dare you say I'm not strong enough to kill an entire army by myself? Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Which is insane because Kurumi absolutely is strong enough to just waltz in and kill everybody there.
she only needs time, which she has infinite.
Amount of, yes, she only needs time, which she has infinite amount of. So like, there's absolutely no reason for her to do any of it except to play with Shido, and that's why she's doing all of this. But that's fine. That's her character. She's
Yeah.
a yandere girl. It's okay. That's why she's doing it. So
She's
Alex,
the best
remind me.
character, aside from Oregon.
Yes. Alex, remind me because it escapes me now. So how did Miku and Shido end up working together? Actually,
Miku like wants to prove that Shiro is not like he's not okay. So Miku goes and asks the three girls that the one of which always says that's so
He's
lame.
like,
And
hey, does he really care about this girl? And I guess she feels guilty. He's like, maybe I shouldn't leave this girl to die out of spite.
no. First they say no, he's really lame and he is bad. But then Miku forces them to tell the truth about what they think about him, which is kind of like a. I will say this is. Data Life surprisingly is not that like. Well, what is it? Fantasy. What was it? What's the term?
escapist fantasy.
Yeah, it's not like
Possibly.
that much of escapist fantasy, but it is kind of
Right.
like these mean girls that always talk badly about you are forced to tell the truth, and they only say nice things about you.
It's an extreme escapist fantasy.
Yeah.
That's one of the things about it. That like,
Okay,
oh
okay,
no,
I
you're such
would
a,
say-
you sweaty otaku. You're such a good boy that even your haters, they don't actually believe that you're a bad person. No. They truly believe that you're a good person. They're just messing with you.
Well, the thing about it is that Shido is a good person. Like he cooks for everybody, and he like actually protects whatever.
Shido,
He's the wife of the household.
Yeah.
And from what I hear from Alex, especially in the books, Shido is absolutely not a bad person by a land mile. He's actually pretty okay.
I think
But-
he's a standard person compared to the average anime protagonist.
Okay, maybe.
Like he okay, he is not like he is not he doesn't he doesn't want to sexually assault anybody as far as I have seen in the light novels or like like yeah.
Okay.
By the way,
so-
apparently a new one's coming out. So
Awesome.
I'll,
Great. Thank you for warning me.
100
So
years of
Katsuki
Data Life.
Guys, yes, 100 years of data. So to cut to the chase, Shido and Miku end up actually working together while Origami and Mana handle the ASAT. Miku and Shido infiltrate Westcott Prescott's headquarters with the goal to save Toka. So they continue through the fucking headquarters, already bantering like an old couple, Miku and Shido, which is amazing. It's just like I guess their arguments and them arguing is supposed to be chemistry. It's
Okay, but
not.
like,
It's
no,
just
like,
it's just annoying.
The point is, Miku wants to prove that Shido's heroics are all an act, and that he just thinks of himself as a hero. And Shido just is done with Miku and says, "Shut up! I don't care. I just wanna save Toka." And like that is proving to Miku that like what Miku wants is for Shido to give up and go with her to prove that Shido is not like a good person, that he doesn't keep his promises, and like he's not really a hero, because that
What is kind of great about Shido at this moment is that he genuinely has a badass moment now that he's trying to save Toka, but also in the process of having his badass moment, in the sub specifically, he delivers the single worst line in the second season and in Data Live in general, because what he says to Miku while arguing with her, and let's remember, he's done with her bullshit now. He doesn't even want to talk to her. He is not into seducing her anymore. He doesn't care. He just needs her help to save Toka. That's it. He's a man on a mission now. It's Call of Duty Shido time. What he says... What he says...
That's the name of this episode. Call it Shido.
Yes! There we go. We have the name of the episode. Call of Duty Shido time.
I don't get it.
Let's call it Shido.
Oh, Shido! What he says to Miku at that point is, letting you control Yoshinon and others was a bad idea.
Now here's the weird thing.
As if that was ever an option for him not to let her do that. As if he was not completely outclassed in that moment.
As a book reader, I can say, I don't think... I'm going to guess this line is not later in the book, because this literally doesn't make sense, because this is explicitly not a thing he agreed to. This is just a thing she kind of does in the books. Like, well, fuck you. I guess I'll do this because you can't stop me.
It's so in the anime.
I don't... Okay, please finish your point.
Oh, also, during all this, they're fighting also... his sister is fighting
No, please. No, Eminem, do you have anything to add to that scene?
Well, to that point specifically, no, I have something to add to the next part.
Here's what happened in the dub. In the dub, he said, I definitely won't let Yoshinon and the sisters, I don't remember her names, I won't let them be with you. I will definitely seal your powers after this. So I don't know if it's like a mistranslation in the sub, but in the dub they got it right, or maybe the context they got it right.
No,
but as far as the dub is concerned, what Shido is saying at that moment is that I definitely can't let you like keep controlling Yoshinon and the girls.
Yes.
I will need to seal your powers back once I save Toka, because I no longer need your help to save her.
Because this is the anime's weird attempt at the dub's weird attempt at making it less homophobic and less problematic than it is. Because the dub also omits the part about Yuri being the peak of perversion. It strives to be like weirdly woke at times.
More faithful in some ways.
Awful.
More faithful in some ways to the books.
We more than woke. Oddly enough, like the source material of the book.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Weirdly enough, I guess yes. The source material is just weirdly woke.
The dub is closer to the book than the sub, which is weird.
Yeah. There might also be problems with translations, and to be fair to Lilith and Eminem and me,
No, we give no fairness. This is a war between us
okay,
and them.
I will just
To
say
be fair to
I
myself, I didn't
watch
know I can just do that. I didn't know I can just praise myself and just make that statement. Thank you for giving me that out, Titania.
I watched the dub and Eminem, and I assume Lilith watched the sub, which is our
Lil
spoiler.
didn't watch this far. Lil is just going off of what we say. She watched like half the series and then is just acting like she watched the rest of
Oh
it.
my god.
Okay, of what you watch, was it the sub or the dub, Lilith?
Dub.
The dub? Okay.
How far did you get in the dub?
Hell no. Listen, I don't need to justify how much I watched.
Yeah, she doesn't.
This is a review.
No, she. Like,
Shut up! No. Lilith
I
knows.
I prefer it to be ambiguous. And
Lilith knows enough. She knows enough. She has a gun pointed to your head. Why are you agitating the angry hobo that attacked us in the studio?
I definitely didn't hire
I am
her.
immortal. I am a necromancer. Pull that trigger, Lilith.
No, you are not immortal. I am. You just create immortal things. You are not immortal.
Alex, you just need to sign over your shares of the Ghost in the Podcast, and this will all be over.
Alex, I love you, but you're not a lich. You're a techno necromancer.
Oh
I am my army to the undead coming.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. Anyhow, yes. Okay. So, while this scene is happening, the worst line in the anime, and also we are shown the only, and this is amazing, the only male wizard in the series who happens to be Afro-American.
I don't remember that scene, honestly.
Only in the sub.
Only in the sub. Only in the sub. That's the director's
Is that in the
sub. It
book?
happened so quickly,
Wait, is that
you
in the
could
book
miss-
then?
I didn't get that far in the book.
He didn't
Damn
get
it.
that far. I wanted him to get that far because I desperately need to know two
I'll
things.
get that far at some point.
I have
It's
no
a whole
context.
episode on it.
I have no
From
context for
Alex-
this.
There's absolutely no context in the anime.
You only get black wizards in the expansion pack.
I don't know, but a black man wizard appears, threatens Shido, and Shido and Miku just like immediately blast him without even effort, and like that's it. That's all we've seen of him. I don't understand if this is a really racist moment or like what. But, like a black wizard appears, he smack talks them, he gets wrecked, and that's it. That's the scene.
I guess.
I mean, this show has specifically been making characters homophobic that are anti-homophobia in the book, so maybe they decided they need to make them racist too.
Yes, maybe they decided to do racism on top of the homophobia and transphobia they already did. I would not put that behind them. It's just, it's wild. Like, audience, like people who listen to this podcast and you're listening to us, like you should be whiplashed by how stupid and how weird that comes off. But that's exactly what happens. They're just delivering this awful line, like fully homophobic line, and then immediately we're back to the Black Wizard. I don't know why, but it just happens. It hits you like a train when it does.
Uh-huh.
Just like when a black person shows up in any TV show, Eminem watches.
No, like just when you have this moment, like we had no male wizards at all in the show. We had no black people in the show at all. Like not even a hint that they exist. No, we did not. And then suddenly you have a black male wizard who just immediately gets wrecked. Like, how am I supposed to interpret this? What's the reasoning here? There's gotta be some.
Oh, I know. Is the author authentically sees himself as progressive, as open-minded. He is the perfect example of someone whose ignorance allows them to see themselves kindly as super progressive. But
I believe that.
I will say this, assuming that was not just a very mannish black girl, which, I mean, I trust you that it was a man.
No, it's absolutely. You can wait.
Have we already established trans people don't exist in this universe?
Yeah.
there are no trans people in this
Yeah,
universe.
but
the author
okay,
cannot comprehend them.
It does say something that only the like the only wizards we've seen so far, aside from that black guy, were wizards, means that like being a wizard is very hard, and only these women have been able to do it, which is speaks a lot,
Okay, I can't.
like to their ability to murder, I guess.
I can't.
No,
I can't find
this
the
guy-
picture of the character, but I
do not
assure you he
believe-
exists.
I do not believe the author has read Lean In literally, but spiritually he has read Lean In and subscribes to that theory of feminism.
I,
Which is
I
that
think
if-
I think it's
Possibly.
much closer to the assuming that Mel.
Wait, I'd like to point out, when we keep on coming with the author, you're aware, I'm pretty sure the scene might not even be in the books.
We'll see about that. I desperately hope that it exists in the books.
Yeah,
I,
but
I,
I-
What are you
as-
gonna do? Okay, what if it's not in the books? What if it decides
it's not in
to
the
be
books-
direct?
If it's not in the books, then I'm perfectly certain that it's the showrunners, the people who made this anime, just making it more racist, just to do it, just for. The
Well,
sake of it.
speaking of, in the sub, also, while the sister is fighting one of the Deus Ex Machina henchmen, he's like, "Why did he promote me over you? You're Oriental."
Wait, what?
Yes, it.
That was not in the dub.
Uh-huh.
So he's like,
So
"Yeah."
The red-haired girl who attacked Origami turns out to be massively racist because she specifically calls does she call Mana or does she call Origami Oriental?
Mana.
No, Mana.
Mana, yeah. Oh, yeah, right. Because Mana is technically working for Prescott. She betrays him in this episode. But yes, she specifically talks about Mana being Oriental, so she's doing a racism. So it makes perfect. I mean, maybe the presence of the black guy wizard is supposed to be like an offsetting factor. Is like, well, we have
Yes.
racists on the ASAT, but also we have black men wizards, so it's fine.
No, it's like a point system. They've given themselves a point system.
Yes, maybe that's the reason.
Maybe, I don't know.
No, because according
That
to
was
Lean In feminism,
that was not in the
Yeah,
dub.
the show is actually progressive. If you add up all the progressive things and all the anti-progressive things, it comes up to a positive one.
Yeah,
right. It's all about the balance of the force. Yeah, sure.
yeah.
if
That
you're an idiot who knows nothing about anything, it comes out positive.
yeah.
The positive one. All negative things are only a -1, and all positive things are only a +1.
Yeah, that's why in Schindler's List there was 20 minutes about how Hitler was right.
Okay, so
Yeah, I was really confused in the audio why Lil said that for an hour.
let's get through that. So
Oh no, sorry,
in the end-
sorry. It wasn't Hitler. It was Eminem that was right.
Yes, it was me. I was right. So Shido and Miku finally reach the point of the headquarters where Toka is held, and there Ellen is waiting for them. And Shido and Miku engage in a fight with Ellen, who handily beats them. Shido and Miku are no match for the strongest wizards alive. Shido and Miku mostly because they've been tired through all of this. Like they've been fighting the goons, and Shido has
Well,
been stretched to the limits of
Well,
his ability.
he
to
was
use the
also
Moonlight
stabbed
Blade.
beforehand. But
Yes.
but
Yes, he was stabbed.
before we talk, I want to talk about the two fight scenes before that. Just I think they're cool.
Sure.
The fight between Mana and the red hair ACT agent. In the dub, it's compelling because she doesn't come off as racist because, like, it is like a very sad brainwashed person that is just they wanted to be the cool person that will be beside Westcott Prescott, but they're not. So they get this huge power up from the what is it, Scarlet Licorice, or is it just Red Licorice?
White licorice. Yeah, white
No,
licorice.
it's like the sister of the White Licorice.
Oh yeah, I think that's scarlet licorice.
Oh, Scarlet, yeah, it's Scarlet Licorice, which is like burning her mind as she's doing it, but she is very powerful while she's doing it, and that lets her fight with Mana, which is one of the strongest wizards also.
I think she's like the third of the protocol.
The-
I think he goes Mana, Origami, then Ellen. I think that's the list.
We should say it's top 5, like, you know, she's in the top 5, and yeah, so Oh, there was
If
also
you
that
don't
scene.
remember, she does have
Okay.
magic cancer from having too much magic pumped into her.
Okay, I just want to put context on this, and I will go back in time because there was this scene like Origami is with one of her friends who we literally don't know anything about her, but there is this really
No, she's a character in the book.
Yeah,
The
there
book,
is
she's an actual character. She just cut out because she only interacts with origami, so she has no purpose.
yeah. So there is,
Right,
but
that's-
there is
that's-
this really awesome line which is like, she doesn't want Origami to go because Origami's friend doesn't want her to go because she thinks Origami might die. So like she wants her to stop, and she says no, I have to say Shiro and everything, right? And then she says, what if I said I will kill myself if you go? And Origami responds, I know you won't do that because you know that would make me very upset. Which is,
Yep.
oh,
That's the
kills
point.
me.
That's like I wanted to be upset about that specifically because she's an actual character in the books, as Alex said. She actually interacts with origami, but most of that was cut from the anime specifically because she exists only to interact with origami. But what was left was those very endearing scenes where that girl clearly has some romantic interests in origami on top of being a very good friend.
Well, I'm a romantic and I have strong friendships. I guess friendship doesn't exist.
No,
I
okay, Alex,
clearly am reading-
Alex, I would agree with you, but I think Eminem is right. There is an undertone of romance in there.
Yep, I want to shit Eminem. So Eminem hates friendship. That's
I clearly am reading this as romantic, and so
Listen, Alex, friendship is nothing before my power.
yes, go off, Queen.
okay. I got it. Lilith hates arrow people. Got it.
Yeah.
That's the name of this episode. Lilith hates arrows.
Sure. Okay. But okay. What happens, Eminem? I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut you off because I really don't care what you say.
Oh, Jesus. Wait,
So,
thank you.
Well, yeah, you can talk later. I'm just kidding. But you know,
But we're not.
yeah, that's. I have to keep him guessing. So yeah, so Mana and the Scarlet Licorice girl, like they fight, and like she's brainwashed, and there is this sweet moment once like Red Licorice like runs out, and she just like falls down. Like there is this deep moment of empathy because Mana, like Red Licorice is like she lost, like her brain is like fried, she's probably going to die. And she says, am I finally Westcott Prescott's favorite? Like, I'm making him proud, right? And Mana, who is like, she was brainwashed by Westcott Prescott beforehand, but she got out. And so she says, yes, you impressed him, like, you're doing good. And she holds her in her arms, like, it's this really sweet moment where like,
It is a sweet movement, but as we all know, it's bad because the show's not perfect.
no, come on, Alex, don't ruin this moment. And
No, I agree with you. I'm shitting on the other two right now.
well, don't
agree
shit on
with you.
them if they don't interrupt.
Yeah, what's the point of shitting on us if you are not gonna do this correctly? Like, we didn't say anything. You just wanted to preemptively
Yeah.
shit on us, which, like, okay.
Yeah,
It's a good strategy.
It's not. It's not working, so it's not a good strategy.
yeah, it actively works against you. But yeah, I will also say but there is
Blu-ray of this is what? The Blu-ray of this is $70.
what?
Okay,
Wrote it
dude.
up?
Oh,
Okay.
okay. But yeah, okay, that's it. That's in ended. That's fine. But okay. Let's talk about Origami versus Ellen, which is like, it's a very cool fight because Origami is not only is Ellen like the strongest wizard, as we always said. Origami is fighting on a terrorist wizard costume, which is also janky and is not working properly. But the way Origami fights is that she like, because her guns and everything is so janky, like what she does is like the gun is set to explode into gas, so she disrupts the mind of the wizard and not like their shield essentially, which Ellen praises Origami for this, and she says, "This would have worked on anyone if they weren't me, because I am the strongest wizard." And that's when Masochist Boy comes back, and he like shoots her with, there is this massive laser, but somehow he has such precision and aiming that he can like shoot Ellen directly. And he even says afterwards, he says, if I wanted to, I could shoot the apple of somebody
Off someone's head.
with this laser. Yeah, and it's like that is amazing. Like we said, the only reason Kotori keeps him around is because he is like weirdly competent. Not
If Kotori shot that laser, she would have killed everyone in the stadium. If he shot the laser, he would have, like, I don't know, directed it 9 times to make smaller lasers that only hit his target.
yeah.
He's just that good, and I love him. He is my favorite character, except for Toka, maybe.
I don't know.
Origami's clearly the best girl. Sorry.
Yeah.
We should rename this the Origami Boy.
I think Masochist Boy, despite me not caring enough to know his name, he's in the top 10 of best Data Life characters.
The top 10, there's only like 13.
No, there are a lot of characters. Yeah. So here's the part where I said I don't know
It's
if
definitely my top 70.
okay, no, but here's the part where I said I don't know if it's all Westcott Prescott's plan, because what Westcott Prescott says is that it's incredible. It's all going according to what that woman or girl said. No, I think it's woman, definitely. He says it's all going according to that what that woman say, and even now you appear Shiro, and that's when Shiro appears into Toka this whole time has been being tortured, and the reason is like Westcott Prescott wants to like create energy from her suffering, but I don't know. It's unclear what their purposes are. They don't really tell you, but they want to turn Toka evil. Yes, they want Toka to be upset because that will trigger something that they want.
Pause.
Oh my god.
Sorry about those technical difficulties. Continue on.
I'm gonna cut that. Don't worry about it.
Oh my
Okay. We're coming back finally to the anime.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, none of this is enough. The bad guys still manage to almost win, and Shido attempts to heroically sacrifice himself. But
No,
before
he doesn't want to
manages-
sacrifice himself. He's killed by Ellen on purpose.
Ah, yes, right. Okay.
To make Toka upset.
Yes. And at that moment, we
And
can
he's like,
see
and he's to Toka, hey Toka, if you were so cool, you could stop me from killing your boyfriend. Oh, you're not cool. I guess
this is
'cause your
literally
boyfriend's
taunting Toka, which leads to Toka inverting into Dark
The
Toka.
Dark Lord!
Done. And now we have Toka 2.0, who is Dark
Lord Toka. No,
Who
Dark
is-
Lord Toka.
Just for the record, Dark Lord Toka is exactly the same as the initial Princess Toka. She has the same, like, haughty attitude of just, like, being very straightforward. Like, essentially Saber-esque, kind of, from Fate Stay Night. Except she is Dark Toka for some reason.
Well, now she
And
wants
this-
to blow up the planet Earth, so you know.
Okay, yes, well, at this stage of the
She
story,
becomes a tier 3 sub, is what Ellen says.
yes.
No, she's clearly a dom, because she wants to dom the planet Earth.
Okay, she becomes like a tier 3 spirit, which is more powerful, it seems. And Ellen says...
her powers
there-
have increased,
Yeah, Ellen says, there's nobody in this world that can beat me. Pause.
At my best, which
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Which I'm not.
Because he fought
My best,
Origami,
which-
and yeah.
Yes.
Because I let myself get cocky and Origami stabbed me. Like a
Yes.
fucking bitch.
Because Origami managed to land a blow, so
So Westcott Prescott, yeah.
Prescott orders Ellen to stand down because she is in no shape to actually fight Dark Toka at this point.
By the
So
way,
they
I don't know why, but his end goal is to get Ellen to decapitate Dark Toka. That's his goal.
Yes, from what I understand at this point, through weird rumblings that Westcott does at the end of this episode, it seems that like he has almost like this elusive man's from Mass Effect plan to uplift humanity into the power of spirits, and that's why he's trying to train Ellen to be this ultimate weapon, and why he wants to create those dark spirits. Specifically so that he can see if humans at their best with magic can actually compete with them. Essentially, he's Andrew Ryan. He's every libertarian stereotype.
I don't know, that sounds pretty based to me.
I don't know what that is.
Sounds transhumanist. Sounds pretty based.
I don't know
but
what that is.
well, okay.
This is what I understand from the dub. They call the spirits angels sometimes, and Dark Toka is supposed to be the demon lord. So what I understood was
She missed it though.
she's not in a demon academy.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, so he wants to
Toka
kill.
fight racism.
He wants to kill Toka because she's a demon now, and yeah, Westcott Prescott said, "Okay, we can, yeah, but they escape, and Westcott Prescott says, I'm used to waiting." Oh, I don't know what that means.
I'm pretty sure Westcott Prescott is a spirit himself, but it doesn't matter. We're getting out.
He's
away
the
from
one male spirit.
Maybe,
But
maybe Westcott Prescott is not a man. Maybe there is a trans commentary here somewhere.
I
it's Westcott
don't think
Prescott.
so. But anyway,
No, the
yeah,
entire progressive budget was spent on saying gay people are okay. That's what the
Yes,
entire progressive budget
and for that one scene with a black man wizard.
you don't know this, but all the people that die were gay, and that was the quota to pay for the progressives.
Yes. I mean, given how liberal policies actually turn out to work in real life, that wouldn't be very inaccurate. Anyway, of course, Toka has a little scuffle with Shido, and Shido manages to, in the end, bring Toka back into her sanity.
Okay, there's more to it.
Okay.
Like,
If you want to get into it, please, but just yeah.
Miku, she want. Oh, Miku talks. Okay, when Toka becomes the Demon Lord, she is like questioning everything. Like she says, "Hey, she seems pretty powerful. Why did you say we needed to save her? Also, I saw you just get stabbed to the heart. How are you alive?" And
That's such a great line. Also, by the way, why are you not dead?
yeah, which is very good questions. Of course, we know Shiro is immortal for some reason, or at least has a healing factor. I think
We've already seen him. We've already seen him be immortal. Like he was already shot by.
Which is like,
season
Shiro.
one.
Next time, maybe yell, "I'm immortal, Toka. Don't worry about it." But could have avoided a lot of trouble. But okay. So yeah, and then Miku says, "No, you have to let him save you because I spent a lot of time on this."
I guess yes.
Yeah, and then Shiro Toka decides to kill Diva or Miku, and she hits her. Well, Shiro protects her, but still Toka's power is just so big that even with that part of her power, she disrupts the connection between Miku and the spirits. And Yoshinon also says, "I feel my spirit, like my powers are being drained somehow," which I believe implies that Toka is maybe absorbing the powers of the spirits, but that's not really important.
She's a spirit black hole. She
yeah.
sucks in souls. She's a blank from Warhammer.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, maybe. That would explain why she's such a big threat. Sure.
Anyway, the real point is that Miku finally realizes that Shiro is a good person, and that's when she falls for him, because
Yep.
he does actually want to like keep his promise. And also Shiro beforehand said like, you should, if I sealed your powers, and even if nobody else wants to hear you sing, I will still like to hear you sing. And that's another promise he made beforehand. So that's why this is important. And then he says, Miku, like in disbelief at Shiro's heroic, says, "If I was in the same situation, will you also try to save me?" And he says yes, right?
Yeah, he says, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So and that like.
But then he does 3D chess because when she is in the same situation, he actually pushes her to lava. That's the real twist of the series.
Why?
Okay.
I'd
But
like,
yeah, and then okay, but then yeah, Shiro does do like non in quotation marks non-consensual kissing, which is, it's weird because here's what happens. Shiro has the Moonlight Greatsword, right? And he approaches Toka, but then she said,
But doesn't Toka also have the Moonlight Greatsword at this
no,
time?
she
Does that mean
she
it was
has
infinite?
the devil version, like
she has the
He has the Sunlight Greatsword.
no, she has the great sword of judgment, of course.
yeah.
Is that a Devil Dark Souls item?
No,
Yes.
no. Oh wait,
That
is it?
is yes,
Oh.
it is. And it functions very similarly to
She
the
she
Moonlight
has
Greatsword.
no. She has Dragon Slayer from Dark Souls 2 slash Berserk. Okay.
Okay, sure.
I was gonna watch this while listening to us and be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" It's gonna be clear we haven't watched this in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, she has Dragon Slayer,
find a
and
picture.
so
Just find a picture
so
of
she-
those weapons.
yeah. So Shiro sees and drops the Moonlight Greatsword, like whatever, and
Yeah.
decides, I don't need that sword to do this, and then he decides to kiss Toka, which was not a consensual kiss. At the same time, it's like, let's say
No. I would say that it was consensual because at the same time we can see that Toka,
Well,
as Dark Toka, is struggling with this, and she clearly
Picture of the
recognizes
sword.
Shido.
And the actual name of it, by the way.
like
She clearly recognizes Shido. She just doesn't remember everything. She doesn't know why she recognizes Shido. So I wouldn't say that it's not consensual.
yeah.
Like it's consensual. She just doesn't know why it's consensual.
No, it's more like if you had Alzheimer's and your husband kissed you to try to make you remember the good times, and that was proven to work. No, not really. Wait, no, scratch that. And like if you were kissed by your husband or wife, and she believed that will help you remember the good times, even though you had Alzheimer's. Like, I don't think that like it's that bad. So but I would say like just like, you know, because I really care about consent, and so that's why I wanted to talk about it. But yeah, that's basically the end of the season. We have to resolve the stuff with Miku.
I
If
just
somebody
got a
wants to talk
really
about
funny. I just got a really funny spoiler before I talk about the end of the season by looking up the picture of the sword.
Okay. So since somebody's talking about it, so at the end, Miku is about to give like her idol concert. So she asked Shiro to come with her. This after everything, like everyone is okay and fine.
Also, they said it was a gas leak. That's why everyone was mind control.
Oh,
The city's
yeah.
blown up. Gas leak.
Yeah, for some reason in Dead Alive, nobody knows about spirits or wizards, which is, I think, the most unrealistic part of the show. One of the most unrealistic parts. Anyway, and so yeah,
I don't understand the secret world trope. Why it's so prevalent. Why it's so popular.
it doesn't even like. It really doesn't play out.
They're giant kaiju's fighting each other across the city. How is this secret?
there is really no point in keeping it secret.
It's a public health risk.
Absolutely not. In fact, like I have no idea how Westcott Prescott managed to keep the global military industrial complex under wraps. But he did.
I don't know if that's on the wraps, but definitely the wizards and spirits are on the wraps.
Of course it is, because the modern global military industrial complex runs entirely on wizards. Like it has to be all under wraps. I don't understand what people living in this world think the military is doing. Like, if you asked if you asked a normal person on the street in Japan, in this city, like, what does the military do? Would they tell you that, like, oh, they drive around tanks and whatever, like they have planes, right? And it's like, would that be the case? Because if so, then Westcott
How do they not know that the military runs completely off of magic now?
Right, which is absolutely amazing that, like, we today in our modern world
Alex,
know how warfare works.
So do they know about? I know they don't know about spirits, but do they know about wizards?
I think they do, but I'm not sure.
Okay, that's
If
the
they
best
don't-
answer ever.
No, I think they know about wizards, but I don't think they know about the anti-spirit squad.
Just if they don't know about magic at all, then Westcott Prescott is just absolutely amazing. Then this is not only a post-apocalyptic world, it's an absolute dystopia, because it means it's a completely controlled police state, and Prescott is the big brother, which just throws so many wrenches into the story. You'd think you're the Team Fortress 2 engineer. What the fuck?
Okay, but yeah, Miku is about to give her concert. So she calls Shiro after like a week has passed, which apparently solves everything. And then she goes and kisses him. Unprompted, which I guess it was also against Shiro's like wishes. Now that I think about it, but like it is also his power, so whatever. And then her clothes disappear like with all spirits, and she says, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know you were so perverted." But then Shiro tries to explain herself, but then Miku reveals,
I'm into it. It's fine.
No,
So,
Miku reveals she knew about it. She talked to the other spirits, and she knew she would be naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Miku also, yeah.
From now on, Miku is going to be consistently clinging to Shido's dick and trying to do it every single opportunity she gets.
You have not watched afterwards, and from what Alex told me, Miku like is still attracted to the other girls in Shido's.
I did watch the next two, I think, episodes with Alex.
So you
in the
watched
sub.
one episode. You watched exactly one episode.
Yeah, we watched exactly one episode, and yes, she is attracted to other girls. The way she expresses her attraction to other girls has absolutely not changed. She is just as rapey as she always was.
Slightly less. Slightly less. Now she just. Now she's just very.
Okay.
Now she's very pushy, but she doesn't use literal mind control. So
she doesn't use literal mind control. She just now attempts to sexually assault women, physically, which better than mind control, I guess.
I guess. Anyway, she also starts calling him darling, and Toka doesn't.
Darling.
Toka also walks in, and she doesn't know what darling means. But then Miku repeats herself again after singing her song. Which, by the way, in the dub, it's kind of beautiful, I will say. It's very good singing. By the way, it's very beautiful. It is very good singing. And so, yeah. And then she thanks her darling. And, like, looks at Shiro.
And somehow we know she must be the world's most successful idol, because her career isn't ruined by having a boyfriend.
Yeah. And I understand Toka not understanding what darling is. I can even forgive like Yoshino not knowing what darling is because she is a kid. But why don't the twins know what darling means?
I mean, it's the English word, I guess.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It was hard to notice that in the dub where everything is in English.
Yeah. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
We managed to get through the entire.
We have not gotten through Data Live yet.
Okay, not for Data Live, not for all of Data Live, but we managed
No,
to get.
no. There's the most important scene we have to talk about. Is not done yet.
What happened?
It's
What
the
was-
scene where they're all like, "What do you mean you're dating this girl?" Which proves they have not had the harem talk at the end of season 2.
When did that happen?
Yep.
Was that after the
At
credits?
the end of season 2, they all chase Shiro like, "What the fuck do you mean, Shiro? You're dating this girl
Is this
too?
another
I thought
sub-
you're only dating me." All
Yes.
the girls think.
Is this another
Apparently,
sub?
they're all in polycule by the beginning of season 3, but
Is-
not at the end of season 2.
And the, yes,
Is
and the
this?
actual
Wait,
harem talk happened completely off screen.
wait. Is this all like in the sub and not in the dub?
No, this
again?
is dub 2. This is
Oh.
dub 2. I'm checked.
Then I'm just a dumb girl then. Okay.
Maybe don't remember. But yes, okay. So
Not
that
like,
happens,
it's
and
not like it's been like 3 months since we watched this together.
Yeah.
we finally, guys, I am glad. I need to congratulate all of you. We finally managed to actually do the whole play-by-play and explain everything that happens in Data Live. So now,
Okay. Before but before the serious talk, I just do want to
Yes.
you to admit, Eminem, the girls keep their powers even after the kissing.
I will.